lifestyle won't stop hustling.
Atlanta season 3 episode 5 titled Cancer Attack. This is the WTF moments of this episode. How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? I go by the name of the Black Abstract. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. Before we get started, I gotta give a shout out to my sponsors of this video. Future Trillionaire Clothing. Go to IamTrill.com. Enter the promo code Abstract when you check out. You get a little something off your order. Right now they're doing a special on Grinders and Grindettes collection. You see that right there. That's what I call everybody on my channel, Grinder, or you're a Grindette. You know what I'm saying? So, and if you like binary or whatever, you can be whatever you want. Either one. Pick one. So this episode, like I said, is the WTF moments. Listen, over the course of Paperboy's European tour, Alfred, Ern, and Darius, sometimes Van. Look, where was Van at this episode 1? I didn't see her at all. They're in Budapest, and if you don't know about Budapest, you are not an Avengers fan, because Black Widow and Hawkeye have teased about some mission in Budapest for a walk time. Well, that's a different story. I don't want to get into that. Darius is talking about he's backstage. He got a blueprint. Alfred's at a show, and one of the WTF moments that I realized in this was that Ern and Alfred, as close as they were in like the first 2 seasons, or the as close as they had gotten in the first 2 seasons, that is absent here, with Ern taking on full managerial role. Him and Alfred don't have time to kick it like that no more. And you see that's evident when Alfred asks him, like, yo, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, how you been? And Ern's like, I'm good. I'm everything's all right. And he's trying to, Al's trying to ask some specific questions, and Ern already has the answers. Like, your ginger beer is right in here, and here's your rag, and you have a ginger beer on the stage when you get up, and blah, blah, blah. So he's full manager mode. He's fully embraced it, and he's going full throttle with it. And you also see that Al has a little bit of sadness to him, because he seems like he's lonely, and he want to be around people and genuine. Another WTF moment that I noticed. Socks from the last episode. No, not the reparations episode. The episode before that. Socks from the Billionaires Boy Clubs episode is officially part of the crew now. He's hanging, he's chilling, he's vibing, and I guess he's the new hanger-oner of the crew. I don't know how he wiggled his way into it, but I guess they thought he was cool enough in order to hang out with him. So I thought that was interesting, to say the least. Next WTF moment, we see that Al actually is suffering from something that all of us writers suffer from. Writer's block. Listen, I suffered from writer's block for like 8 years before I got into creative mojo again, and I just now fully got into my creative bag to where I'm writing every day, and I'm making new music. And as you can see, I got a video out now. I'll leave it in the description below. It's called Mom. It's dedicated to my grandma. And I'll leave a link at the end of this video if you want to click. It'll be in a little box over here. You can check that out. So I understand where he's coming from. And he's been in a slump, in a writer's block. And this is the cause for the big mystery of this episode. Okay, next WTF moment. He loses his cell phone. Yes. You get a bunch of passerbyers going through in and out of the backstage. You see a gentleman before Alfred is about to go on stage. Some guy in a coat amping up the crowd. Ern's like, hey, get the hell off the stage. And he just runs off, and then we have no idea who he is. We also see before that, Al was part of like a Make-A-Wish Foundation, and he goes and sees some cancer kid, and, slaps him up. And we notice that he sits his phone on the table. And I didn't notice that. I was like, why he just sit his phone down so freely? Because the way I am, I always got my phone on me. Because, listen, I got a lot of porn on my, I got a lot of songs on my phone. So we see that, and we see that Al goes and rocks the show. And the one thing I noticed is, listen, they never show Al rapping in this. You notice that? They never show Al rapping in this damn show. And in the song when he was on stage sounded just like Childish Gambino. Am I tripping, or is that just me? Or that's what I thought. I'm like, yeah, it sounds like Childish Gambino. I'm just saying. Now the next WTF, the missing phone. Yes, Al's phone is completely gone missing. And it's a bunch of different cultures. Is it the Make-A-Wish kid? Is it the kid that ran on stage? Is it Socks? Is it Darius? Nobody knows. So that's what the mystery is. So this episode turned into like a who's done it of a different characters and mysteries, and we're trying to figure out and locate this cell phone. Al doesn't have the Find Your Phone app or the cloud because Darius told him that's the way the government tracks him or something. I can see Darius saying that. Like, I can see Darius saying that. So he cannot find his phone or locate it. So he goes to they go to the owner of the venue or the manager of the venue, and they ask him who the guy was on stage, and he's like, hey, that's my nephew. And they try to locate this kid, and they get his number, they get his address, and they learn that his address and everything is bogus. And they learn this kid is kind of slow, to say the least. And he's talking to him, and he's like, hey, I don't know what you're talking about, but I would love to come back and meet you, but you I don't know what's going to happen to me. And then Socks gets involved, and he starts threatening this kid and going full, as he says, Liam Nielsen. I'm like, what the hell? Like, he started tripping out. Anyway, the kid winds up coming back to the venue. The next WTF moment is the interrogation. The fact that Ern and Al decided to play good cop, bad cop, try to keep their composure. They wouldn't let Socks inside the room for whatever reason, because I think they knew he was going to go off the rails a little bit, so they needed to kind of finesse this a little bit better. So you get a full backstory of this kid. You find out that he might not even be the owner of the venue's nephew. And if he is, he hasn't seen him in so long, he don't even know who this kid really is. He don't really know him no more. Like Ern said, he was like, if you haven't seen him in 15 years, you don't know who he is now. He's a whole different person. And you learn out he did some stints in juvie. And also, he might be 35. He's not even 19. And I have the same misconception with my cousins. Every time I see them last, whether it's a year or two, I always, in my head, equate them with that same age. And they be like, Zach, I'm not, sorry, that's my real name. I shouldn't be saying, they say abstract. I'm not 18 anymore. I'm such and such. I'm like, how do you have a kid on the way? Because I'm 25 and I'm engaged. I'm like, when did you get engaged? Anyway, so I understand it, but I don't understand it. So anyway, they learn out his address is the Circus Olay, and this kid just is kind of batshit crazy. But also, the next WTF is the heart-to-heart that him and Al actually have, and then that's when we learn that Al is suffering from that writer's block, and we learned that this kid was inspired by Paperboy's post on mixtape, and it helped him get through some things, and he wanted Al to see him in that moment. That's the reason he came back. But there's a lot of funny moments in there when he was like, hey, can I get a cigarette? He gives him a cigarette, and he lights it up. And like, how do you people smoke these things? Then he comes in and gives him a tire. He's like, thanks. It's like, yo, what is these random stuff we get? So he winds up singing Al a song, and hey, it was a decent song, I ain't gonna lie. And he says, hey, man, thanks for seeing me. I hope you find your phone. So the whole premise of that was just, I don't know, I guess he felt and related to Paperboy on Paperboy's first mixtape. And I guess he wanted to get some recognition or be seen because maybe he's been in obscurity all his life, according to people, because they peg him as this one way or one person. That's what I got from it. But who knows? So they wind up leaving the venue without the phone. And I was thinking the whole time, like, yeah, just get a new phone. But hey, if he had some personal stuff, I understand that. He made a voice note with a new melody and some new lyrics that he hasn't been able to think of. So they had him on this phone. And listen, I know how that is, because it could be that one song or melody that you get down and you lay it down, and then that could be the sound for the album. All you got to do is branch off of that particular song, and you like, okay, I know how I want this album to go. I know it. I'm a creator. So yeah, that's one of the things that I really enjoyed about this episode. And I love these self-contained episodes where they're not doing too much. It's just kind of like one setting, but it's a bunch of things happening all at one time. Next WTF, when Ern goes and passes down that cancer kid, he gets rushed out the venue for whatever reason, and Ern decides to go pat him down. Was hilarious. And the guy dad's pushing him, get off my son. But the way Ern did it was just like, lift his up. I gotta pat him down. Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. The last WTF for the season or the episode, the phone all along was in the pocket of Socks. Yes, the new hanger-on Socks is the culprit all along. You see at the end when he's standing on the bus, he apologizes to Al for outbursts. Al says it's all good. They get on the bus, and then you see Socks pull the phone out of his pocket and then go throws it in the garbage can. I'm like, what is going on here? So all along, Socks was the culprit. And this is a lesson that I even learned yesterday when I got into it with somebody close to me is watch the people you keep in your circle. Because as much as they act like they're cheering for you and they're down for you, secretly, they are planning your downfall. So that's the lesson I got from that. I want to know what you guys got from that. If it's anything I left out, I want you to post it in the comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out my video right here dedicated to my grandma's called Mom. And then if you want to check the playlist out right here, you can. As always, peace, love, and prosperity. I go by the name of the Black Abstract. Peace.